Hey, hello, hello, how are you? Hello, hello, how are you? Hello, hello, how are you? You say, hello, hello, I am fine. Hello, hello, I am fine. Hello, hello, I am fine. Hi, welcome to your favorite Jesus Color Cup show where we light up every child that comes into the world. I'm happy today because we're going to take a read of a Bible story um, by Arthur S. Maxwell, and we're going to take this read today, and it's titled Friend of Children. Did you ever come across a friend of children? I bet you would love this story. So stay tuned. I'm grabbing my book now. There we go. Okay, so we're talking about the friend of children. Would you listen? He may have been 4. He may have been 5. I don't know. Nobody knows. His name may have been Amos or Enoch or Benjamin again. I don't know. Nobody knows. But for one brief hour, he was the most favored boy in all the world. Jesus picked him out of a crowd of children and told everybody around to become like this little boy or they would never enter the kingdom of love. Huh. What a dear sweet boy he must have been. So kind, loving and obedient. The goodness in his heart must have been shining from his face, and Jesus saw it. He couldn't have been one of the rough kind, rushing around, shouting and whistling and making a nuisance of himself. He couldn't have been shoving the other boys about or teasing the little girls and making them cry. No, he was just standing there quietly and respectfully, looking up at Jesus with wide open eyes, watching everything he did and listening to every word he said, so happy to be near Jesus. Then he heard his name called. The Bible says, Jesus called a little child unto him. John, he said, and the boy's name could have been John, couldn't it? Or Peter, or Andrew, or what's your name? Just anybody, or a girl it may have been. Please come here a moment, I need you. Little John, blushing and smiling, ran toward the master, while all the other children pressed near to see what would happen next. Then perhaps with one hand placed gently on little John's head, Jesus said to the grown-ups who were listening to him, unless you turn and become like children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. You will never enter the kingdom of heaven. His disciples had just asked him who would be the greatest in his kingdom. And this was his answer. The kingdom of heaven is for the humble, the gentle, the kind, the unselfish. Unless the disciples stopped wanting the best things and the best places for themselves, they will never see heaven. Whoever humbles himself like this child, Jesus said, he is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. Then Jesus went on to say something else that was on his heart. And there was tenderness in his voice as he warned the grown-ups never to lead a child into sin. Never do that. Should anyone do so, he said, it will be better for him to have a great millstone fastened around his neck to be drowned in the depth of the sea. And die. It will be better for you. So Jesus told the grown-ups around that no one should lead a child into sin. That means that Jesus is so drawn to children. He thinks about children. He's, oh my God, so in love with children and doesn't want nothing to hurt them. At this, little John and the other children must have thought, how wonderful to have somebody to care for us like this. Why not? Why? Sorry. Why? Not only is Jesus our friend, he's our own big brother. They became more sure of this as Jesus went on to say to the grown-ups, see that you do not despise one of these little ones. For I tell you that in heaven their angel always beholds the face of my Father who is in heaven. Then he added, it is not the will of my Father who is in heaven that one of these little ones should perish. How dearly Jesus must love children. Nothing happens to any boy or girl in all the world, but it is known to him and the angels. If anyone starts bullying one of his little ones or tempting him to do wrong, he had better look out. Jesus would deal with him like the wonderful big brother he is. You can imagine how the children hearing Jesus say such things came to love him more and more. He was their hero. They were ready to do anything he said and follow him anywhere he went. Mothers loved him too because he loved their children. They brought their babies to him and begged him just to put his hands on him and bless them. The Bible tells us of one such happy scene. Boys and girls were crowding around Jesus as usual. There was much fun and innocent laughter as there always is when children get together, you know. Then mothers began to come with their little ones in their arms. Bless my little Jacob, I can hear one saying, and my little Rebecca, and another will say, and my little Jada, and my little princess, said another, and my precious Daniel, please Jesus, put your hands on him. Jesus smiled as he cuddled the babies in his arms, whispering gently one after another, bless you, darling, bless you, darling, bless you, little sweetheart. To the mothers, I'm sure he said, and mind you, bring them up right. Be sure to teach them to love God and keep his commandments. Then suddenly someone spoiled it all. Get away, get away. One of the disciples was saying, leave the master alone. Can't you see he's tired? He has more important things to do than bless your children. Get away. Hurt and disappointed, the mothers and the children looked around wondering what they had done wrong. Maybe some of them started to go away. Then Jesus spoke up. He told them to stay, rebuked the disciples for acting like this. Suffer little children and forbid them not to come unto me, for of such is the kingdom of heaven, he said. Let the children alone. Do not stop them from coming to me, is the way another translation reads. What a nice, kind thing for him to say. And he hasn't changed a bit since then. He said it on that far-off afternoon. He says it now today. Don't stop the children coming to me. He wants every boy and every girl in all the world to come to him. No matter where you live or how you dress or what language you speak, his invitation is to you. Just come. And you may be sure he will never turn any child away. But what did Jesus mean when he said, of such is the kingdom of heaven? Are all the children ready for heaven? Oh, no, indeed. I can think of some who are so naughty and rude and disobedient, they will turn heaven into a madhouse if they should ever get there. Others are so destructive. They will tear the New Jerusalem to pieces in no time at all if Jesus would let them in. Jesus was thinking of sweet, innocent, unspoiled children when he said, "Of such is the kingdom of heaven." He had in mind those dear boys and girls who respect and obey their children, who try to be helpful and unselfish at home and at school. Heaven will be made up of people like this. And if we are not like this now, then we must change or we'll be left out. That is why Jesus wants us to come to him, so he can change us, 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 so he can change us. He wants to make us as kind, patient, tender-hearted, and sweet-tempered as he was as a boy. Jesus, friend of children. I hope you enjoy this story. I'll come your way again another time on your favorite Jesus Color Cubs show. Do. Hello, hello, how are you? Hello, hello, how are you? Hello, hello, how are you? You say, hello, hello, I am fine. Hello, hello, I am fine. Hello, hello, I am fine. See you again. Bye.